this is Kevin Harlan. It's the Georgetown Hoyas taking on the Kansas Jayhawks.
There is no feeling like a packed house on a college campus. You can just feel the electricity in the air as two major colleges go head-to-head on the hardwood.
And even though this game isn't a must-have game, it feels like a tournament game, a one-and-done type situation. Both of these programs know that a win here could be huge for them as they get ready to make a run in March.
Taking a look at the Hoyas, they've got Trice. Warren is out there with Price. Then there's Hudson. And it's Randolph in at the shooting guard position.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Now here's Freak, and there's the pass to Gaines. Freak with it. To the middle. Gaines, no luck.
And Kansas always seems to be in title contention. I mean, the program does a great job of finding tough players and having a system that fits them best. Rarely are they not a title contender.
Randolph, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Here's Floyd. He feeds it to Gaines. To the inside. Shot on the wing. And it's Freak missing.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Randolph missing again. And so here's Kansas. Inside. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Some changes. And here are the Hoyas now, trailing by 2. Floyd, he's in at point guard. Also Duncan out there. And it's Frazier in at the 5, down low. That ties it up. Harkless has got 5 now.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
You know, sometimes you can see how a player can lead on the floor from the sidelines, and you see that with Freak. I mean, he's got the skills and athleticism as a point guard in addition to the leadership, too.
And, guys, people often underestimate just how important leadership is. You know, there's no stat for that. But guys like Chris Paul and Steph Curry have incredible skill, but their leadership on the floor is equally as important. Freak is a floor general in their mold.
And for Georgetown, we've got Hodges. He's out there with Price, and it's Joseph in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, I tell you what, guys, so many great centers have come through Georgetown. For a while, they were the destination for great centers going into college. You can point to any of their teams and find an NBA center on the roster.
Now here's Harkless. He's guarded closely. There's a minute 34 left in the first half of basketball. Clock at 6. They set the screen. From deep. Got a piece of it. And he's able to get it back.
And you can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
Now here's Freak. He's got 6. And again, Kansas with the triple. The Georgetown Hoyas have had so many great centers. Greg Monroe, Roy Hibbert, some of the more Greg recent guys.
Yeah, but don't forget about the one who kind of set that trend in motion. Patrick Ewing was just a dominant force. And then you had Dikembe Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning. And it's amazing. All of these guys we just named were picked in the top 7 of the NBA draft.
Well, one thing about Kansas is that they love their basketball. The Jayhawks have long been synonymous with being a powerhouse college program.
One of the true blue bloods, if you will, in college basketball. I mean, they've been relevant and in contention for a very long time. They were winning titles before any official organization was put in place.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Felix has got his second basket of the night, and the Jayhawks with possession. They're on a 15-4 run right now.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
Now here's Trice. He's guarded by Floyd. Trice kicks to Warren to the right side. Shoots a three. That's into the Jayhawks' lead is cut down to 8. Again, the points coming from Trice.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Jayhawks out front. They finish off the second quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. And don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half. And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
And while there is a little bit of distance between the two teams, one big run could close the gap in a hurry.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. In order to hold on to this lead, they'll need to keep going to Freak to get things working for them offensively. His play in the second half of this game, critical.
Well, Georgetown has been such a pillar of East Coast basketball for so long, really one of the universities on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. A really rich tradition in men's basketball for the Hoyas. And they've been a competitive presence on the college basketball landscape going back to the 70s.
Floyd in at point guard. Also Duncan out there. And it's Terry in at the 4 slot.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
Taking a look at the Hoyas, we've got Hudson. Trice is out there with Warren, and it's Trice, and it's Randolph in at the 2 guard.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Georgetown trails by 12.
And for the Hoyas, they really are one of the defining members of their conference. Hard to think about hoops in the Washington, D.C. area without thinking about.
Here's Freak. Floyd, he's in at the point. Also Duncan out there, and it's Terry in at the power forward. Floyd passes to Terry. He is hauled in by the Hoyas.
And, you know, the Hoyas only have one college tournament title in their history. They won it all in 1984 and then returned in 85 to the title game only to be upset by Villanova. Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Freak dishes to Duncan. Here's Gaines. Randolph grabs the board.
And they've had the edge in rebounding all night long, and none bigger than that one right there.
And, guys, you've seen it countless times. In a close game, hustle plays can really make the difference. Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
They set the pick. Stolen away. Here's Felix. Here's Warren. Terry grabs the board. Jayhawks leading by 4.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
Georgetown trails by 4. Feeds to Felix, the 10-footer. Shot is off, and Kansas the other way now. They've held a 12-point lead early. And here's Freak. 50 seconds left here in the second half of the game. Gaines kicks to Freak. Just 5 on the clock. To end the drought. Trice with the rebound.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
And so they foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making. The free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
Now the Hoyas with it. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
We got time. Don't rush up. Get the best look.